Three, two, one, action.
Hi, my name's Patrick Walsh. I'm going to tell a story of life, how I was before the operation and after the operation. How I was before, where I was very alone, stuck at home in a room, not being able to go out, not going out anywhere, bars, restaurants. And if I did go out, I'd have my head held down, and I did not like people staring at me for obvious reasons. And I was in a very bad way.
Patrick, before we talk about today, take us back to the person you were 4 years ago. When you looked into the mirror, who did you see, and more importantly, how did that person feel about the world and their place in it?
Right, I read about that time 4 years ago. Looking in the mirror, I just saw this massive disfigurement on my nose. It's very hard to describe. I used to hate looking in the mirror, but I see it and I hated myself. How could this happen to me? Why me? And I knew I had to get help. I did get help, and the world around me before I got the help was a dark place. People used to mock me when I went out, stare at me, make comments behind my back, and I was a lonely, lonely person. And I had to get help. It was one way or another. Because I had dark thoughts, not bad thoughts, but just can't go on. I've got to take one route or the other, and that's why I had to go seek help.
So life isn't about how we see ourselves, but how we think of what others see us as. What do you think others saw when they looked at you?
What, prior to the operation? Probably a Mr. Hyde, like a Jekyll and Hyde. They're all Mr. Jekylls, not Mr. Hyde. Like horrible feet disfigurement. Look at him. See, they probably didn't know what I actually had, but they didn't take time to look it up. I mean, a lot of people suffer from it. I've done some research on it. A lot of people have this rhinophyna. Well, it's called rhinophyna, isn't it? I mean, it's not a disease. It's just something that happens it's obviously on the nose, and but people wouldn't understand that. They just see a person with a disfigurement, and I can't really blame people for thinking that way, because I might be the same, but not now. I wouldn't be now, but people can be cruel. But I've got through it eventually with the help, and there is help out there. So that's all I can say on that matter, I think.
And when did you first see the deformity on your nose?
About 2003, which I didn't take much notice because it was just a little bump. It just got worse and worse over time, and I didn't know what to do. I know where to turn, and the only one I spoke to was my sister, and she said, "Oh, there must be someone." I said, "Who?" She went, "Well, I don't know." It was in the early stages, so you just go through life, and just carry on until you get to a breaking point, really, where you have to do something. Otherwise, you might as well give up, which I've done. And thank God I did do it.
What made you get through it?
What, before or after?
Before.
What made me get through it? I wouldn't say I got through it. I was struggling. I was struggling all the way up until I found the clinic. But I had to carry on because I have a son. I have to live. I had to work. I struggled, really struggled, daily. I used to hate leaving the house. I couldn't wait to get back indoors. It's horrible, isn't it? Really, no life. That's how it is. When you feel alone, you've got no one to turn to, except family. But family, they can't help you. They can advise you, but they can't help. You need proper help, medical help.
Did you try and seek medical help before you came to Dr. Julian De Silva?
A couple of years prior to that, I did phone up a clinic, and they said I don't just do this kind of procedure. That was somewhere in Ipswich, I think, and they said sorry. And then I did look online. I saw again in America. I saw a lot of clinics out there. But I thought to myself, America, I can't afford to get to America, really. And then I just happened to find the clinic online, and this one stood out because I found it before, but I didn't follow it up. I sort of just went, "Yeah, they won't help me. They can't help me," and they did. I phoned up and I thought, go to consultation. Even when I've come for for my consultation, I thought they'd turn and say, sorry, we can't help you. But obviously I was wrong, and they did.
Did you try and seek other medical advice before you came to Dr. Julian?
No.
Why?
I didn't know who to go to. I couldn't go to a doctor. I suppose I could have got to a doctor, but I don't know what they would have suggested, really. So I never, maybe I should have done, really, but I never, no.
Describe how life was in one word after the surgery.
After it was healed, everything after. It's like, one word. I can't do one word. It was like a weight lifting from my shoulder. Cause my head was always down. I was used to walk, it was just like, it was just brilliant, absolutely fantastic. I could walk my head held high and think, no one's looking at me. And I say, why aren't they looking at me? Because I'm so used to people staring at me. And they wasn't. And I just thought, this is great, I've got it back sort of thing, my life back. So that it should be. Not like in the old dark days, I used to go shopping at night. It's crazy, isn't it? Really.
So of course your operation wasn't just cartilage and skin, it changed you as a person.
Yeah, hopefully for the better. Because if I see people now, any kind of disfigurement or anything, I just feel sorry for them. I don't judge them. Before I'll probably be one of them who judges them. But, it does affect people's lives. So people have got to... I suffered for 15, 16 years in silence. I shouldn't have done that, really. Well, there was help out there. If I knew it at the time, I probably would have done. But just getting ridiculed every day, it's just horrible.
So if Patrick was sitting next to you right now, old Patrick was sitting next to you, what would you say to him?
I would just say, there is help out there. There is clinics there. Look online, do your research, because that's how I've done it. Go and do it. Don't waste 15, 16 years of your life, Patrick, where I could have had them. Just do it.
Do you think life would have been different if you had done it earlier?
Yeah, well, if I could, still could have had the procedure done, and it wouldn't have been so severe. I think, I could have had 7 or 8 years, easy. I've been back to normal. I regret it. I regret it all the time. In hindsight, you haven't got the knowledge behind you. You think there's no hope. Yeah. I sit in the church sometimes, just sitting there alone, just sitting there, nice, no one around, in a cold church, just sitting there for ages, just no one's around. I felt normal. It's weird, isn't it? It's like a weird thing. Just sit in the church, no one there, cold church, just contemplating, how my life's going to go, how bad it's gone. Then, obviously, one day, well, not one day, it was weeks, I said, something's got to be done. I kept saying to myself, you've got to do something. No one else can help you, you've got to do it yourself. You can get advice from people, but in the end, you have to do it yourself. I'd say that to anyone. Take it on board, just do it yourself. You might not get the reaction you want, but at least you've tried. Now, I didn't try all them years, and I'd say 15 years wasted. Yeah. It's emotional, very emotional time. Right, no, one more.